Today, we'll talk about the genius of Nate O'Brien and how he's able to generate millions on YouTube while posting only one video per month. Hello, my name is George and welcome back to another video. So, have you ever wondered to yourself, how is Nate O'Brien able to travel, live in a van, whilst making money, investing into startups, and generally just live the good life? Well, what if I told you that he knows something about making money on YouTube that you and I don't? You see, the traditional way to make money on YouTube is to start a channel and be a creator. That means being in front of the camera and recording videos yourself. Sure, you can get help editing your videos, etc., but at the end of the day, your channel is tied to your face. But what if I told you that Nate runs YouTube channels where he doesn't actually show his face?
Some YouTube channels, and personal finance stuff, and a couple channels, and yeah, they pay bills.
Okay, so you're saying stuff where you're behind the camera running some sort of business or...
Yeah, that stuff is good as well. Like running channels without being on them is also great.
Nate runs the so-called YouTube faceless channels. This is where he publishes videos without actually being in front of the camera. And here's the best part about it. You can actually outsource the whole process of creating these videos. This means that you are going to own the channel and other people are going to make videos for your channel. Now, if this sounds absolutely absurd, stick with me here and I'm going to explain how this works. So this whole thing that I just explained is something that I'm really passionate about, and it's called YouTube automation. You can also call it YouTube faceless channels, YouTube cash cow channels, or at the end of the day, it's starting a YouTube media company. Regardless of how you call it, making a video on YouTube boils down to these 5 things. Number 1 is video ideation. This is where you come up with a video idea and title. Number 2 is scripting. This is writing the actual text of what's going to be said in the video. Number 3 is the voiceover. This is basically narrating the text that you have written. Number 4 is video editing. This is where you're going to be putting together the visual layer for your video. And number 5 is thumbnail. This is that little image that you click on when you choose to watch a video. So now I want to show you an example of a YouTube automation channel that is very successful, and I'm going to show you each of these components so you can understand what I mean. So the channel is called alux.com. This is one of my favorite YouTube automation channels. It has over 4 million subscribers. The first thing right here we see is the thumbnail. So you can see right here that all of these thumbnails are branded. They're all done in this one style of their brand, which is alux.com. So this right here is a thumbnail. Then once you click on the video, the first thing is the visual, right? So you see all of the different video clips, text, and everything that has been put together. There's some text here. There are some videos. These are all stock footage videos and images. And by the way, so like the people who make these videos, they don't actually go out and film this. So now that we understand what is YouTube automation, how it works, and what are the 5 components of YouTube automation, let me actually show you where to find people and how to put the team together to help you produce these YouTube automation videos. So for this, we're going to be using freelancers. You can use any kind of freelancing platform. I use Fiverr.com and Upwork.com. And by the way, if you want to sign up to Fiverr, I do have an affiliate link in the description. If you use that link, it doesn't cost you anything and I'm going to make a little bit of money. So hey, why not help each other? Anyway, here in Fiverr, we can do this in order. So first off is we can search for, let's say, script. So let's say that you are going to have the video idea. You're going to come up with the video idea yourself, right? So then you just need the script. This varies, by the way. You can sort this by best-selling here. You can sort this by your budget. You can set a max budget. But what I recommend you do is, what you can do is you can search by best-selling. Then you can click on all of these, different gigs offered by these people, and you can see what kind of thing that they're offering. So for example, this guy right here, he is a top rated seller, but this means it's going to be very expensive, right? So his smallest gig is 30 euros. And this means that he is going to just polish and tighten it. and you want to have native English writers to make the script for you. Now, once you have the script, the next thing is the voiceover. So once again, you can search for voiceover, and here you will find plenty of different people offering their services to you. You know, someone worked for McDonald's here, you can see someone worked for TikTok, etc. So there are plenty of people offering their services at different budgets, and this is where you can get your text narrated. Now, if you have a microphone like I do, you can do this yourself. I actually like recording voiceovers. Once you get into it, it becomes pretty fun. I managed to get a $10 voiceover for an 8 to 10 minute video. However, it was not a native speaker. And from looking at my data, I kind of saw that doesn't really work well for YouTube. So what I recommend you do is you pay a little more, but you get someone who's a native speaker to do it. All right, cool. So now you narrated your script. What's next? Well, next is video editing. You can search for video editing, and once again, plenty of different freelancers offering their services at all kinds of different prices. Once again, depending on your budget, depending on how much you want to spend. For video editing, it really depends on what kind of quality video you want and how long is your video. So if your video is anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes and you just want to have, you know, basic clips put together with just a little bit of effects like transitions and so forth, you can probably get it at like $15, $20, right? That's like the bare minimum. If you want to go higher and maybe you want to add some motion graphics and etc., you can bump it up, you know, much more, right? So there's no end to how much you want to pay to get your video produced. And the last thing here, once you have the video, you need to get the thumbnail. Now, I make the thumbnails myself because I have Photoshop and actually like creating thumbnails. I think it's really like a creative thing. So I recommend you get Photoshop. If you're going to be doing anything online, you will need to know how to use Photoshop. Just saves so much time, and yeah, I've been using it over the years a lot. So once again, bunch of different people here offering their services at all kinds of different rates. So you can see this person here is offering for 10 euros to get a thumbnail within 24 hours. So in my opinion, that's quite expensive, I would say. You can probably get it for like $3-5 because, you know, a thumbnail is not that hard to produce. And especially nowadays, I feel like the thumbnail game is changing a bit. So it's moving more into the minimalistic, or maybe that's me. I don't know. I like the minimalistic thumbnails. Look at my last, 10-15 videos, you will see that I'm trying to go for like this minimalistic feel. So to conclude this, your job is to put together a team, a system that is going to be producing these videos for you. If you do your job right and you stick to it long enough, you can actually make a pretty decent income. And just like that, Nate is able to travel, make money, invest in startups, read, and live the good life. If you want to learn how to do YouTube automation, click this video for an in-depth YouTube automation tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.